Hello guys, this video we will talk about using OpenSubdiv and edge creasing as opposed to support loops. So let's get some kind of basics here. So if we have a box, we want to go ahead and use support loops. We'll go ahead and insert loops, and that would dictate how sharp or how smooth we want the sharpness to be. And then we go ahead and Turbosmooth. There's our result. All right, and if we want to use creases, we go ahead and we can either go into Edit Polygons and select the edges that we want to be creased and increase the crease value right here, or we can apply a crease set modifier, which is the preferred method for complex objects. Right here, you can go ahead and let me zoom in here for you. So you have some very basic options here. You can work with vertices or edges. You can ignore backfacing, shrink, grow, ring, loop. And over here is how you can select by face angle. This will analyze the angle of the faces here, and it will apply it, and it will pretty much select the appropriate edges depending on the sharpness. So if you want to select more sharp angles, or more smooth angles, I should say, you should increase this value. In order to understand how that works, let's go ahead and use a plane, for example. Alright, so here we have a very slight plane change, and then here we'll have a more sharp plane change, and then here we'll have like a very sharp plane change like that. Alright, let's say you want all three of these to be creased. Well, you apply crease set, you'll use the default settings, it selects nothing. Alright, let's increase this 25. Alright, nothing. Alright, it's got the two sharpest ones. But let's say I want this as well. Well, I'll need to keep increasing this. Alright. Alright, there we go. Now the problem with this is that sometimes if you make it too high, it'll end up selecting other ones you don't want. But once you've got that, guys, you go ahead and create a set right here, and this will be, you can select what sharpness you want. So for example, 0.2. Now, if something actually selected, you can go ahead and, for example, select it, and then you can right click and subtract or update or add. So that's how you guys, depending on if you're a really complex object, you never get a perfect result with this. So we'll have to go in here and either replace your selection, update it, subtract it, or add, depending on what you need. If you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to check out the description where I have links to more advanced courses such as on sci-fi design, futuristic vehicles, furniture, and more comprehensive advanced courses. Alright, and so we get back to this. Go ahead and select, add to set, let's make it, let's say 0.2, and then OpenSubdiv. Alright, now the way this value works, guys, is like so. If it's 0.1, it'll remain perfectly sharp until you get past 2 levels of subdivision. If you make it 0.2, it'll remain perfectly sharp until it gets past 2 levels of subdivision, at which point when it gets to 3 or 4, it will start to smooth out again. Let's turn off Iceland display. So notice how with 1, perfectly sharp, and don't worry about the smoothing here, this is just the smoothing that occurs. With 2, perfectly sharp, with 3, starts to smooth out. If we use, for example, 0.3, it remains perfectly sharp. 1, 2, 3. After 3, it will become smooth again. Alright. So guys, right up front, we can talk about one of the benefits and downsides of using OpenSubdiv with crease sets. The benefit is that you don't have to worry about support loops, you can have a much simpler mesh. The downside is that you will have to subdivide to a much higher degree, which will, it would use up more processing power as you render, because it would need to be more complex. That is the downside. But the upside is that if you have a very complex mesh, so for example, if I create a sphere, and I want to go ahead and, let's say I have this, and I want this to be sharp. Well, dealing with support loops, guys, is pretty much going to be very difficult here because it's going to ruin the curvature of the mesh. So if you try and use support loops here, it's going to be very difficult. But, and I'm going to shell as well. But guys, with OpenSubdiv, with Crease sets, it's Crease set, it's select, it's create a set, it's create a sharpness level, and then OpenSubdiv, and then OpenSubdiv to a high enough amount. And you pretty much have really good results, but you will need to have a much higher level of subdivision here. If you're noticing we still have some sort of little things happening here, that's always because we need to have more density. So let's go ahead and decrease that. All right, shell, reset, select, update, OpenSubdiv. As you guys can see, it is much slower to use OpenSubdiv because you need to go to a higher number of higher number of iterations, and because, guys, in general, OpenSubdiv is a little bit slower than Turbosmooth. But as you guys can see, we now have a very smooth result without needing to fuss about support loops. It looks like I haven't accidentally got this right here, but because of the Crease set, it was able to select that as well. So you guys can see it just kind of takes longer if you have a very high density. So, but if you guys want to have lots of small details on curved surface, I pretty much think that Crease set OpenSubdiv are the way to go. Otherwise, you have to deal with a lot of support loops here. And that can be very difficult. Now, there are still some rules to follow when it comes to support loops. It's still good to have support loops, guys, even when using OpenSubdiv. And I'll explain why, although you don't need as many support loops. So let's say, for example, I make something here. All right, and I shell. All right, so even we don't need all the support loops here, but it is a good idea to have a close density of support loops, of topology in general. All right, so as you can see here, we get a good result because we have a very kind of similar density. But a problem can occur when we have situations like this. Well, let's say we have this, and I don't know, let's say we have a hole here, and we go ahead and bridge that. All right, you're going to notice we have polygons close here, but much further apart here. This is going to create a problem, which you will see. Right click, update. All right, so even though OpenSubdiv should be working, you're going to notice a strange problem here. We have this happening here, and we have this happening right here. And even though we're going to iterations of 4, we're still getting very angular results here. And that, guys, is one of the things that Turbosmooth is good at, is you don't get that. So with Turbosmooth, even though there's more support necessary, and keep in mind, guys, you would want to have this kind of topology right here, so you would want to do that right there. But let's say we just have this simple thing going on here. with Turbosmooth, we pretty much get very nice results here. Even with just two levels, guys, even with just 2 levels, we are not getting that. But with OpenSubdiv, even with 4 levels, we're getting this. Why is this? Because even though we are using OpenSubdiv, we have very long polygon stretches here, which are very different from right here. So this topology here, guys, it's helping to support this, whereas we don't have that on the left. So even though we don't need to go this close, for example, we do want to have kind of an even level of topology here, guys, to help OpenSubdiv. So even when you see me using OpenSubdiv, I will still have something like this, guys. Now, obviously, if I'm not using Crease set, I'm going to get this happening here, right? So I still need to use Crease set, but we do need to have some evenness, guys, with topology here to prevent things from happening like that. As you notice, now it looks the way you expect it to look, guys. So even when using OpenSubdiv, guys, make sure you kind of support OpenSubdiv by having kind of even topology, especially on the edges right here. Maybe not so much right here, but especially on these edges. Let's give a more extreme result. All right, so once again, I'll just go ahead and do it right here. 0.3, OpenSubdiv, and as you notice, not what we expect, right? So we're just going to help it out a little bit. Now we get the result we expect. So you don't have to go this close, but you just want to have evenness happening here. That'll give you the results that you want. Alright guys, that is a quick look at using Crease and OpenSubdiv. Thank you for watching and take care.